Decatur police are investigating after a man was found dead on a front porch. They found him in the 1900 block of North Church Street. WCIA 3's Miranda Meister is live there now. Miranda, what have you learned from police so far?
Christy, a 36-year-old man was found dead on this front porch right here. Police are still investigating what caused his death. They got the call around 10:30 last night, and when we arrived on the scene, crime scene unit was still here investigating, and police had part of the street blocked off. We saw them picking up evidence markers from the ground. Anyone with information is asked to call Decatur police. I reached out to the Macon County coroner, but I haven't heard back from him just yet. As we get more information, we'll update you. Live in Decatur, Miranda Meister, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Starting out this morning with temperatures that are in the 60s, also some fog out there too. Rain nowhere to be seen right now, but that could be a possibility later into the afternoon. The kids heading out this morning, if they have to head to school, just maybe give them a rain jacket so they'll be prepared for that as they're heading home today, especially if they're closer to I-70. Overall, though, just a cloudy, gloomy start to the work week with temperatures that are expected to be more around the upper 70s for your highs later this afternoon. Currently looking at your roofing dog iNet First Mid Sky Cam in Charleston, and it's a gloomy start for us too with more of the fog that is currently in place. Not too thick and dense at that shot right there. You can see a lot of people still able to drive and not have to worry about their visibility is impeded too much, but there are those spots that are around the area right now that have visibilities at 0. Currently looking at your temperatures, we're in the 60s. Also noticing too a lot of clouds and a lot of that fog around this morning, but the rain not too widespread as of yet, but chances will begin to flare up a bit more heading into the afternoon hours. More of that storm activity near I-70. Then it starts to die off for a little bit before picking up again closer to areas around I-70, which we'll see more of those storm chances for maybe a few tomorrow, but it looks like many of us will stay dry on Tuesday. More storms and rain still they have to come though throughout the week. We'll show you which days, and we'll talk about a warm up with temperatures that could be nearing 90 heading into the weekend coming up in your 7-day forecast. Christy?
Thanks, Adam. The trial for the man accused of kidnapping and killing U of I scholar Ying Zheng picks back up this morning. So far in court, Brent Christensen's defense admitted that he killed Zheng. We learned the disturbing details of her death and saw various pieces of evidence that appeared to link the details and testimony together. If you want to read the complete summary of what's been presented in court, head to our website, WCIA.com, for full notes from our Aaron Eads, who has been in the courtroom throughout this trial. Officials are still investigating after the old grade school building in Rankin burned to the ground over the weekend. Firefighters got the call around 4 a.m. Saturday. They had to bring in demolition equipment to knock down the walls because of how big the fire actually was. It took them most of the morning to put it out. The building was partially demolished already and was declared a hazard, so some neighbors told us they say this was a relief.
When everyone saw it blazing this morning, we were like, thank God we're finally going to get rid of it.
We also spoke to a former student who said it was sad to watch. The state fire marshal is investigating the cause. Another fire broke out over the weekend, and a man nearby came to the rescue. This happened in Smithville, which is near Hannah City. 2 people were able to escape the flames, and the assistant fire chief says it was a bystander that helped make a difference in the outcome.
They were pulled out by a bystander that was driving by that pulled one of them out through the bedroom window. The other one self-extricated through the front door.
The Peoria County Sheriff's Office says the acts of Eric Arnold and some added help from neighbor Rich Hess were true acts of heroism. Community members in Danville came together to discuss ways to stop the violence. They met at Ellsworth Park. Organizers spoke about the importance of getting to know one another and had everyone break off into small groups to introduce themselves. They suggested having cookouts with neighbors and reminded everyone, if you see something, say something. We have an update this morning. A woman who was reported missing over the weekend has been found. Authorities say 51-year-old Beatrice Fields from Jasper, Indiana, has been found safe in Kentucky. On Wednesday, Illinois State Police responded to an abandoned car at the Limestone Rest area near Pontiac. The car had been abandoned since May 29th. Field was identified on a rest area surveillance video leaving her car. A longtime community leader and former radio station owner died over the weekend. J.W. Pirtle owned WBCP, the only black-owned radio station east of the Mississippi. He also served on the Champaign City Council as deputy mayor. People who knew him say he was a strong advocate for the community. We spoke with Councilmember Tom Bruno, who served with Pirtle. He says the news of his death is a shock, but he'll always remember Pirtle's leadership legacy and his impact on the city.
Oh, he was a warm and charming guy. He would always be welcoming and greeting everybody else and always on friendly terms. So it was a real pleasure serving with J.W. Pirtle.
Bruno says it was Pirtle who helped create a business district on North 4th Street. And new this morning, a 3-car crash in Springfield sent 4 people to the hospital. Our partners at the State Journal-Register report that it happened at the intersection of South Walnut Street and Lawrence Avenue. Witnesses told police they saw 2 cars racing at nearly 80 miles an hour on Walnut. They say as the cars went down the road, another car tried to turn onto Walnut. The driver of one of the racing cars hit that one, causing its engine to rip out of it. Another car was hit by a stoplight that fell as a result of the crash. Everyone taken to the hospital is expected to be okay. And as a reminder, the Sangamon County intersection will be closed today for construction. The intersection of McQueen Road and County Highway 8 will be closed until 2 p.m. Crews will be replacing a pipe culvert under McQueen Road. Officials expect the closure to only last for the day. That will wrap up the morning show on WCIA, but coming up when we make the switch to WCIX for the 7 and 8 o'clock hours of the morning show, you can join us in Giving Back this morning. Find out how you can get involved with Mile at the Pines coming up in about 10 minutes. But before we get to that, let's get a check of our 7-day forecast with Adam. Adam, you were doing a little happy dance.
Well, you know, it's not going to be a lot of sun around today, so you're going to have to try to pump yourself up as much as possible. Kind of gloomy and dreary, but some fog out there to greet you this morning. Watch out for more of the rain as we go into the afternoon, and better chances later this week with highs nearing 90 by Saturday.